Hi, this is Jaya. In this video, we shall see the story of the Soothsayer's Son version 2 from folk literature. We know that folk literature is oral tradition where the stories were passed on from one generation to another orally. Therefore, the same story will have different versions with some addition or deletion in each version. Now we shall see another version of the Soothsayer's Son. I've already made one video. This is the story for the version 2 of the Soothsayer's Son. Come, let's go to the story. There once lived a soothsayer who was very famous because whatever he says will be correct. And before his death, that is when he was in his deathbed, he took his second son's horoscope. He had two sons. He took his second son's horoscope. And after seeing the horoscope, he wrote 4 predictions for the second son. And that was all he left for the second son. And he gave all his property to his eldest son. Now the second son thought, what is this? And what has my father written? Because the father had given him 4 predictions. One is Janma Paridriti Daridram, that is from my birth poverty. And second is Dasa Varshini Bandhanam, for 10 years imprisonment, you will be in the prison. Samudrate Maranam, that is your death will be on the seashore. And the fourth one is Kinjit Bhogam Bhavishyati, that is afterwards some happiness. And he was wondering, what is this? How can someone after death be happiness? Because once you die, you're going to leave the world. And how can you can be happy or you can be sad only in this world. After death, no one knows what you will be. So how was that my father is written? But thing is, he always had one belief. Whatever my father says, that is going to happen. So he thought, okay, whatever is going to be in the fourth, let it be. But the first three are predictions which I have to accept as my fate. So he decides to go to Banaras and spend his time there and cleanse off his sins. And so he tells his brother, okay, I'm going to go to Banaras. And he does all the funeral rites, what he has to do for his father, says goodbye to his brother. And because his father had said that his death will happen only near the seashore, he avoids all the coast and starts his journey where he reaches the Vindhya mountain. And after the Vindhya mountain, while he is passing a desert, what happens is there is no vegetation at all there. And the little food which he had also is gone, and he had some water in his chombu. Chombu is a small vessel where you can carry water. Even that water is gone, and now he is so thirsty, and wherever he sees, he is only able to see sand and nothing. So he thought, okay, what is going to happen to me? Will I die? Then he remembers what his father has said. So he says, definitely I will not die in this desert because I'll die only in a seashore. And so with hope he started walking, and as he went he saw a ruined well. So he thought, okay, I will collect water from this chombu and I will drink. And so he drops a chombu by tying a rope to the neck of the chombu. And as the chombu was going down, it was stopped by in the very first floor itself, and he heard a voice. The voice was of a tiger. It said, I am the king of the tigers, and I fell here 3 days back and I'm dying of hunger. Please save me. And don't get scared of me, because if I am saved by you, you will be the person who gave me life. Otherwise, I will die. And I will not harm you. I will be your servant for all throughout your life. And hearing this, Gangadhar, first he thinks, see, this tiger is hungry for the past 3 days. Now if I lift him up, in his hunger, he may even eat me. And what will happen if I save him? This only should happen. But at the same time, he thinks about what his father has said. His father has said that he will die only in a seashore and not by a tiger. So he had hope in what his father said, and he lifted up the tiger. And the tiger, when it came out, it walked around him for 3 times and stood in front of him and said, you have saved my life. I will never forget you. So I pledge, whenever you need me, whatever help you need, just think of me, I will be there. And then he tells how he fell into the well. He says, 3 days back when I was walking by this side, I saw a goldsmith. And the goldsmith, I thought, okay, I'll attack him. But he started trying to run away from me. And in order to escape from him, he jumped into this well, and I also jumped into it. And this goldsmith is in the 4th floor, whereas I was in the 1st floor. And in the 2nd floor, there is a serpent. And even that serpent is there for the past 3 days, and he is also dying of hunger. And in the 3rd floor, there is a rat. And that rat is also there for the past 3 days, and even that is in its hunger. So it is up to you, because just like how I asked you for help, they may also ask you to help them to come out of the well. Whether you are going to help or not is up to you, but you can save the rat and the serpent. But don't ever save this goldsmith, because goldsmiths should never be trusted. We tigers, of course, we kill human beings. Serpents also are venomous, they are poisonous. Rats also will cause a lot of problem in your house, but you can trust us, because if we give a word, we'll keep it up. But don't trust this goldsmith. And saying so, he says, okay, I will go. And after he goes, since Gangadhar, that is the second son, is very thirsty, he again lowers his chombu. And now that chombu is caught by the serpent, and it says, I am the king of the serpents. I am the son of Adishesha. I fell into this well, and I am here for the past 3 days. If you save me, I will remain your servant throughout. Please, I am dying. So again Gangadhar thinks about what his father said, and he saves the serpent. And when the serpent also comes out, just like the tiger, it also goes around Gangadhar thrice and tells him, thank you for saving me. Actually, 3 days back when I was walking in the sun, in the morning sun, I saw a rat running. I chased him, and that rat fell into the well. It is in the 3rd floor, and I fell into the 2nd floor. And then that evening only this goldsmith came, and he also fell into the well, and he is in the 4th floor. And the tiger which came chasing him was in the 1st floor, and you saved the tiger. And whether you're going to save the rat or not is up to you. That is your wish. But my advice is, never save this goldsmith, because never trust a goldsmith. Saying so, he also goes away, thanking the second son, that is Gangadhar. Now again Gangadhar drops the sombu, and the rat also comes out in the same way, and it says, I am the king of the rats, and you have saved me. I heard what the tiger king and the serpent king told you. My advice is also same only. Don't ever trust the goldsmith. They are not to be trusted. And thank you for saving me. Whenever you think about me, I will come to you, and I will do whatever you say. I pledge this, he says, and he also runs away. Now Gangadhar is thinking, I saved a tiger, I saved a snake, and I saved a rat. What is going to happen if I save a human being? Anyway, I'll help him also, because he anyway has to drink water, and for that he has to lower the vessel. Surely the goldsmith also will ask him for help, and the same way the goldsmith also comes out. And once he comes out, the Gangadhar says, I am so thirsty, wait, let me drink some water. So he lowers the sombu for the 5th time, and he gets some water and he drinks. And then the goldsmith tells a story. He says, I heard what the other 3 people said, that is the tiger, the serpent, and the rat. Don't ever take that in your mind. I am Manikasari. I live in Ujjaini in the East Main Street. It is only 20 kilometers from here. When you return back, please come to my place. I am very grateful to you, and I want to thank you when you come back. So when you're coming back from Banaras, please do visit me. Saying so, the goldsmith leaves. And then Gangadhar goes to Banaras and lives there for 10 years. He spends his time in bathing in the holy river, praying and doing all the religious ceremonies. And in this 10 years, he forgot the tiger, the serpent, the rat, and the goldsmith. And after 10 years, the thoughts about his home and his brother came to him. And he thought, okay, let me go back home and see my brother. Thinking so, he comes back, but he remembers what his father has said. So in order to avoid the coastal areas, he comes back in the same path through which he went to Banaras. And while coming back, he comes to the ruined well. And when he comes to the ruined well, he thinks about the tiger, the serpent, the rat, and the goldsmith. And then he thinks, because they had told him, if you think about me, I will come to you. So he wanted to see whether it is really going to happen. So he thinks about the tiger king. And the moment he thinks, immediately the tiger king comes running. And when he's coming, he's carrying a large crown in his mouth. And that crown is filled with beautiful diamonds. which was shining so brightly. And the moment the tiger comes near him, it drops the crown in his feet and sits like one pet cat. And he says, "You are my life giver. Why didn't you think about me all these days? I thought you have forgotten me. I'm so happy I met you. Now take this. I have so many jewels with me, but this is the most valuable one which I have. So take it to you. When you go to your own country, you can live very, very rich." And then Gangadhar took that crown and he saw that there were so many diamonds in that. And he knew very well that if he takes the diamonds and if he melts the gold, he will be the richest person in his country and he can live a very, very good life. And he thanks him, and then the tiger goes away. And in the same way, he thinks about the serpent and the rats. The rat king and the serpent king, they also come, they talk to him, they give them their presents, and they also go. And Gangadhar is so happy and he thinks, when animals are like this, what about Manikasari? Definitely, he will also be very happy to see me. But thing is, this crown is so very big and the diamonds are so shining, and carrying that in my bundle is also very difficult. So if I go to Manikasari, he is a goldsmith. He can easily separate the diamonds and melt the gold and give to me, which will be easy for me to carry home. So I'm not expecting any present from Manikasari. If he does this, this is enough for me. So I'll go and meet him. So as he is returning, he goes to Ujjaini, and it is very easy for him to find his place because Manikasari is a very famous person in that place. And Manikasari also is so happy to see him. He welcomes him. And as soon as he comes, Gangadhar tells him how he thought about the tiger, and the tiger came and gave him this crown. And he says that, I want you to separate the diamonds and melt the gold and give to me. And Manikasari says, okay, but first you go and have your bath. You're very tired. Have your bath and come. You have some meals and take some rest. In the meantime, I'll separate the diamonds and melt the gold and give to you. Then you can go home. Now, what happened is, how the tiger got this crown is, a king, that is, which king is this Ujjain, the king of Ujjain, he went for hunting along with other hunters. And when he was hunting only, the tiger came and attacked him and dragged him and went off. And all the other hunters, they were not able to use their weapons on the king, tiger king, and they returned home. But they saw the tiger carrying away the king. They returned home and they informed the prince that the tiger had taken away their father, and they were not able to even get the corpse of the father. The prince wept on hearing the death of his father, but he thought that these hunters are only murdered his father because they wanted to take away all the ornaments which their father was wearing. So he did not believe that the tiger attacked his father, and therefore he announces that if anyone is going to give information about my father's murderer, I will give him half the kingdom. Now, looking at the crown, the goldsmith knew that this crown belonged to the king of Ujjain. And the king had already announced that he will give half the kingdom if they announce about the murderer. And even though the goldsmith knows that the tiger has killed the king, he decides to make Gangadhara the murderer. And so he takes a crown along with him and he goes to the palace and he informs the prince that he has got the murderer, and the murderer is taking bath near his house in the river. Immediately the prince asks the soldiers to go and arrest the person who has killed his father. And here Gangadhar, after taking bath, is doing meditation without knowing what has happened. And as he is there, the soldiers come and they carry him to the king. And the king, without even looking at his face, without even inquiring, he asks them to put him in the Karagraham. This Karagraham is a place where it's not an ordinary prison. It is worse than all the prisons. It is a dark cell which is underground, where you will not get any air also to breathe. And there will be strong stone walls around you. And only people who are getting the severe punishment, who have done something wrong to the king or to the royal family, will be put there. And no food or no water will be given to those persons. And those who are put in the cellar will have to die of hunger and thirst. They will not even get any air there. They will be left there. And when Gangadhar is thrown there, there are a few more people who are dying, and the dead bodies also are still there. And immediately Gangadhar thinks, what is this? How am I going to be in this state? And why is the king not even asking, how did I get the crown? He never even inquired. And then he thinks about what his father had said, Dasa Varshane Bandhanam, that is for 10 years I will be in the prison. But then he's thinking, how will I be for 10 years in this prison? There is no air, there is no food, there is no water, and even for 1 or 2 days also I will not be alive here. And if my father's words are going to become true, how am I going to be here for 10 years? And that time only he thinks about the three animals, that is the tiger, the serpent and the rat, and he thinks how faithful they were to me. And the moment he thinks about these three people, that is the tiger, the serpent and the rat, they all come to the garden near the Karagrama, but they don't know what to do because he is in the underground in the dark cell. But three of them have come for the same purpose because they know they have to save the person who has saved their life 10 years back. So what happened is they have a discussion, and that time the king of rat orders his army, and he tells them to make a hole in the ground and reach the prison. The rats all start making a hole fast. There are so many rats that within no time they make a passage and reach the cage where Gangadhar is there. Then the rat goes there and he sees and he hears the whole story. And then afterwards he says, okay, don't worry. I will order my army. They will give you whatever food is prepared in any house, they will carry and give you all the food. And at the same time, whatever clothes are hanging, they will cut into pieces and dip it in the water and they will give it to you. You will get water. So you will get food, you will get water, and I have already made a hole, and through this hole you will get enough air to breathe. And then saying so, he says, I will be waiting, and whatever more help you want, you tell me and we will think how to bring you out as soon as possible. And through the same hole, the serpent also comes there and he listens to what Gangadhar says, and before coming itself he says, I consulted with the tiger king and we want to help you, and what has been done to you is definitely injustice. So what we have decided is, we will we will kill as many cattle, human beings and all that in this kingdom, and every day there will be death either by serpents or by the tiger. And when people are walking by the side, from here you shout. Definitely some people will hear what you are saying and say that the king has wronged you and he has blamed you for killing his father, but you are innocent. And because the king has given a wrong judgment only, all these deaths are happening in the kingdom, and only if you are released, you can save the people. You keep on shouting, definitely that will help you to come out. And from that day onwards, now the tiger is not able to enter because the hole is so small, only the rat and the serpent can go. But the tiger, from there itself, he sends messages through the rat king and the serpent king. And so Gangadhar is informed about what is happening in the city. And from that day onwards, every day people are dying because of a snake bite or because of a tiger's attack. And the people, Gangadhar also is shouting from his place. That is only because of the wrong judgment all this is happening. And the people are hearing his voice and they are wondering, how can someone, because if anyone is into the dark cell, they will die in 1 or 2 days. But Gangadhar is there for nearly 10 years and people are hearing and they are wondering how a man can live for 10 years without food, without water, without air. Then definitely he must be God. And they all start thinking about it, and this word is going around. And these rats are every day bringing him so much of food. They're giving him nice water, very good food, that Gangadhar becomes red, stout, huge, and so fat. And as the father has predicted, 10 years pass like this. And after the 10th year, what happens is, one of the serpents enter into the bedchamber of the princess and it kills her. And she dies. Now this daughter is the only daughter of the king. He had no other son or daughter, and this was a cruel death, and the king was not at all able to tolerate it. And having given to understand that only these snake bite curers can help his daughter, he sends all over his kingdom to go and bring someone who can save his daughter. And he also announces that whoever saves my daughter, I will give my daughter in marriage to him itself. and not only that, I'll give half of my kingdom to him. Now what happens is, one of the servants who are working in the kingdom, he has heard Gangadhar shouting every day, and so that information he passes on to the king. The king at once orders to bring Gangadhar to him, and he is also wondering how can someone live in that cell for so many days, because he knows very well that people who all have been punished have died in 1 or 2 days, and so he also believes that this person must be a divine being, and surely he has a trust that he will save the princess, and so he brings. And the moment Gangadhar comes there, looking at him, he looks so majestic that the king falls to the ground, and he begs him to save his daughter. And he says, see, in 10 years his hair all has grown, so everything has to be cut and all that. And the king also asks him to forgive him, and he asks him to get back his daughter alive. And then Gangadhar says, not only a daughter, who all have died now, who all have died recently, whose all body, even if they're buried, if their body is intact, bring them all. Whether it is human beings or cattle, whatever it is, bring it. I will bring everyone to life. And then he closes his eyes, and he mentions, goes into deep meditation, and immediately carts and of loads of corpses are brought back. Even from the grave they dig and see if the body is intact without any damage, they are also brought back. And when all are brought, Gangadhar takes a vessel full of water and sprinkles on them, thinking of his Nagaraja and the Tiger King. And immediately when he sprinkles the water, everyone gets up as though they are getting up from sleep, and even the princess comes back to life. And the king is so very happy, and he curses himself for not inquiring on that day itself properly and having punished an innocent man, and for believing the words of the goldsmith. And he offers his daughter's hand in marriage to Gangadhar, and he also says, not half the kingdom, I'll give you the whole kingdom, you be the king hereafter. But Gangadhar says, no, 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 I will not accept anything. But the king says, please stop all the calamities, because every day people are dying because of the serpents and the kings and the tigers. So Gangadhar says, okay, ask all your people to come to the forest which is nearby, and I shall call all the tigers and all the serpents, and I will give them the order. So the king announces to the people, and all the people, they come to the forest, because they also want to save their own life. And now they believe that a man who has lived without food and water for 10 years is definitely God. So they all look at Gangadhar with great admiration. And when they all come to the forest, Gangadhar thinks about the Tiger King and the Serpent King, and immediately all the tigers and all the serpents in the forest, they come there. When the people see the tigers and the serpents, they all get scared and they start running away. But Gangadhar says, no, don't get scared. And then he tells them, see, like so many people have died, so I want you people to stop killing innocent people. And that time what happens is, the tiger says, of course we will stop, but thing is, you were wronged. You are asking for people's life, but at the same time the king was a foolish king. He did not inquire. When all the hunters told him that the tiger had taken away his father, he did not believe them. And when one person came and told that, when the goldsmith came and said, I have the murderer, without even inquiry, he put you into the prison. So such a king should be punished. And when the king is not correct, the people will suffer, and that is why the people of this stupid king all suffered. And unless he understands and unless he follows justice, there will be only destruction. See, his father died means his fate was such. His fate was that I should be killing him. And that is what happened on that day. So I killed him and I carried him away. But he punished you wrongly. And when the king heard this, he understood that he had wrongly believed the goldsmith, and without proper inquiry, he had punished an innocent man. And he asks for thousands pardons. He says, sorry, sorry, I'll never be wrong again. I will see to it that I do my duty properly. And then the king serpent and the tiger king also say, okay, if you are going to be a king of justice, even we will be correct. We will not kill your people. And they all go. Now the goldsmith comes to hear about it, and he has been ruling the other half of the kingdom for the past 10 years, but now he knows that the truth has come out and he runs away. But the soldiers go and they catch him and come. The king wants to punish him, put him in the cell, but Gangadhar says, no, no, I will pardon him also. And he is also pardoned, and all of them go back. Now the king again goes and requests Gangadhar to marry his daughter. Now Gangadhar agrees, but he says, first I want to go and see my brother. I will go, I'll meet my brother, I'll inform him about me marrying your princess, and then I'll come back and marry her. And the king agrees, and then Gangadhar leaves the city and he goes home. And it so happens that this time he forgot that he should not go near the coast, and he goes via the coast. At the same time, his elder brother also, just like how Gangadhar wanted to come back and meet his elder brother, now the elder brother wanted to meet Gangadhar. So he is also coming in that way, and both of them meet in the near a coast. And both of them are so happy, so happy, so happy to meet each other, that both of them, they come and they hug each other, and they are so happy that Gangadhar, he is near the sea coast, he dies of joy. He is so happy to see his brother that he dies of joy. And seeing his brother dying, the elder brother could not digest it. He thought that he has met his younger brother after so many years, and he was so very happy. But even before they could even talk with each other, his brother is dead, and he could not bear it, and he starts crying. He doesn't know what to do. Now this elder brother is a great worshipper of Lord Ganapati, and that was Friday when all this happened, and that is a special day for Lord Ganesha. So he carries the dead body of his brother and goes to a nearby Ganesha temple, and he calls the god. So immediately Lord Ganesha comes and he says, yes, what do you want? And the elder brother says, my younger brother is dead, and now this is his dead body. Kindly keep it. Every day I worship you, and today is Friday. So I don't want to stop my worship because of this. So I want you to keep my brother's body till I come back. If I leave this body anywhere else, the devils may come and take off his body. So please, till I finish your puja, keep this body with you. I'll finish your puja, come and then take this body and burn it. Saying this, he gives the dead body to Ganesha, and he goes and prepares for his daily prayers. Ganesha, what happens is he calls his Ganas, and he tells them, take care of this dead body, and he also goes off. Now what do generally young children do if one fruit is given to them by the father? The father will tell them, don't eat the fruit, keep it carefully, take care of it. But the child, what it will think? I'll eat a little bit, what will father say? It will eat little. And if the apple is very sweet, the fruit is very sweet, what it will do? It is so nice, so I'll eat it fully. What? Father will come and he will give two shoutings, that's all. But he will definitely forgive me because I'm his child. Same thing happened here. After Ganapati went, his Ganas, they ate a portion of the dead body, and they found it very sweet, because for 10 years Gangadhar had eaten only the sweet meats brought by the kind rats. So his body was so sweet that what they thought is they couldn't resist. They ate the full body. And now the elder brother finished his puja, and he came to ask for the brother's dead body. And Ganapati came and he called the Ganas and said, bring that body which I gave it to you. Now the Ganas didn't know what to do, and then they said, like, it was very sweet, so we ate it up. And Ganapati was very angry, and the elder brother also was very angry. He said, see, all these years I prayed to you. I believed in you. And I gave my brother's dead body to you because I trusted you. I did not trust anyone else. And for all the prayers which I have done to you, is this what you do? Even you're not able to even return my brother's corpse. Now Lord Ganesha was so ashamed of what happened to her. So by his divine power, he brings back Gangadhara. That is, instead of the dead body, he gives back Gangadhar as a live person. So what the soothsayers said is also come to true. Now the two brothers sit and they talk for a long time, and both of them go to Ujjaini, and there Gangadhar gets married to the princess, and he becomes the king to the throne. But what happens is he's thinking about the horoscope. See, whatever his father says will definitely happen. That is his belief. And what his father said has already happened. 10 years he was in the jail and he was in the poverty and he died by the sea coast. But what about happiness after death and how did he come back alive? All that. So he calls all the soothsayers and asks them to find out what his father has said. Many of them sit and they think about it, and finally, one person is able to find out what he really meant. That is, Samudrase Maranam, and then next sentence is Kinjati, Bogam Bhavishati. That is, Samudrase Maranam for some time. The death is only for some time. Bogam Bhavishati, it is one, not four predictions. And after this death for some time, it is happiness only. So, the Gangadhar realizes that my father's words will never go wrong. I died near the sea coast for some time. And then afterwards, I married the princess, I became the king, and now I am very, very happy. And I am going to be happy till I die. So, he lives for a long time, keeps everyone happy. His friends, that is the Tiger King, the Rat King, and the Serpent King, they come and visit him and go. And even the unfaithful goldsmith, he comes to the palace and receives a lot of benefits from Gangadhar, and he goes, and here ends the story. If you have anything more to add on to what I've said, please write it in the comment box. Like the video, share it with your friends, and if you have not subscribed my channel, please subscribe and support. Thank you.